So when we're working on a design project, one of the most important things is to be able to critique, suggest, and make changes to the work that we've made. And one of the easiest ways to apply comments and feedback is to actually apply notes to your work. So in this video, what we're going to do is take a look at how we can apply notes to our work in Adobe Photoshop. Great, so I have Adobe Photoshop open, and as you can see, I've just been working on a thumbnail for the other channel, which is my film class. If you're not sure what my film class is, it's another channel that I run, which is purely dedicated to After Effects and Premiere Pro. So if you're interested in that, then I'll also make sure I leave a link to that in the description below. But for now, what we're going to do, of course, is learn how we can add notes to our projects in Adobe Photoshop. So first of all, what we need to do is find the correct tool to add notes in Photoshop, which is of course the Note tool. So in order to find the Note tool, all we have to do is go to the Eyedropper tool on the left-hand toolbar here, hold down our left mouse button, and then go down to the Note tool, which is this option right here. And as you can see, the shortcut to this is the letter I on your keyboard, and that's both for Windows and Mac. So just selecting the Note tool, as you can see, our cursor automatically changes. And what we can now do is actually add notes to our project. To add a note anywhere on our canvas, all we need to do is press using our left mouse button. So for example, I can press a note on our logo here. And what you'll notice immediately is that the notes panel actually appears on the right hand side. This is where we can add our note. And then once you've added your note, just make sure you press away from the notes panel, and that automatically saves that note. I could then actually go ahead and apply another note elsewhere. So for example, I could add a note here. And as you can see, I can move around my canvas and add as many notes as I might want. Now in the notes panel at the moment, we're on note 2 out of 2. And as you can see, this is represented on the canvas by this pencil, which is actually on this note, and it's also got some text on it. Whereas the other note, which is note 1 out of 2, doesn't actually have any of those features on it. So that's how you can actually identify which note you're currently editing in the notes panel. And you can also use these arrows in the bottom left-hand corner here, just to flick between any notes that you've already created. And if you want to delete the note, all you have to do is go to the bin right here. And as you can see, it's going to ask you, do you want to delete this note? And you can press yes. And as you can see, it's now got rid of our first note. Another way to do this is actually to go to the note itself and right click. And as you can see, you can go to delete notes, or you can even choose to delete all of the notes that you've already got. Now, another thing that we might want to be able to do is tell people who has actually been writing the notes. So you can do that just by adding your name into the author tab right here at the top of our screen. You can also change the color of the notes just by pressing on the color option right here. And as you can see, you can either select a color from your canvas, or it's often a great choice to actually have a color which is completely different. So for example, a green would clash quite well. And as you can see, it's clearly differentiable from the rest of your design. Another feature that you have at the top here is the ability to clear all notes. So that's just like before. And then the last button that we've also got is the ability to show or hide the notes panel on the right-hand side of our screen. Now, if I just quickly add 1 or 2 more notes, if we have a lot of notes all over our work, it can become quite distracting. So we might want to be able to actually hide or show the notes at different points. So in order to do that, all we have to do is go to View, and then go to Show, and then go to Notes. So if there's a tick, it'll actually show the notes. But as you can see, I just quickly turned it off. If I want to be able to get them back, all I have to do is go to View, Show, and then make sure there's a tick next to it this time. So those were the basics of how you can add notes to your projects in Adobe Photoshop. If you're interested in learning how you can add guides to your projects in Adobe Photoshop, then do check out the video on the right of the end screen. And otherwise, do remember to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the content, and do remember to subscribe to the channel to make sure you never miss a new Photoshop tutorial.